Mhm. Hey DJ Ma, I'm playing with it. I'm playing with it. How you doing tonight? I'm just playing with this. Hey Rashi, how you doing? I really want to talk about the election. Where we're gonna go from here. Um, I know I didn't vote for them, so I just wanted a couple of people input on being that Trump lost, to where they're gonna go from here now. Or do anybody have any plans or anything? Or y'all gonna keep on doing business as usual? So that's my input. DJ Moss and Rashad, what y'all have being, who did y'all vote for Trump? If so, then what's y'all plan B to back up? I know Harris and Benedict platform wasn't that strong. I know they talked about coronavirus, climate change, really nothing. Yeah, life do goes on, but the meanwhile, is anybody gonna hold him accountable for the 1994 bill? Is they gonna try to get that reversed, or y'all just gonna leave it like that? So y'all really think Trump won? Cause I don't know what's going on, because I thought it was a game for number one anyway. They had Ben and Harris and for president, vice president, and I didn't vote for them anyway. I voted for Trump. But the meanwhile, like I said, usually the president don't affect your household, but your local and your county and your state do. Hey, on the radio, I was trying to get you to come up here, but I don't know, something's going on. Yeah, I'm not neither. I'm independent neither. I'm not a it doesn't care, but it do care to a certain extent. Okay, that's the it do care, because in meanwhile it's affect us. Um I share the link, because the end of the day is you have inner cities having sanctuary cities, um and it's sad. Okay, I have to edit screen.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like I
Hello
said,
guys.
Hello.
hey, how you doing? It don't matter to me who's in office because, like I said, I did it for the numbers pretty
Mhm.
much. When it came down to Trump, you know, he got 17% of the black male vote. So the Democrats and the Republicans in 24 are going to have to understand that we need to be counted. So
Yes.
they're going to start questioning what are we going to do for the men, especially black men in general, because look how close the election was. Whether
Yes.
they can say it was rigged or whatever, it doesn't matter what happens. All I said, I voted strictly for him for the numbers. A lot of
Yes.
guys, they were voting for Trump just ill will, not knowing they voted for Trump because other people said it, and you do have diehard Republicans that are black that voted for Trump. And that swayed the whole thing now because the conversation lied that so many people voted for Trump on a technicality that he was offering something. So the Democrats have to put they have to put their thinking hats on in 24 to try to understand, if we don't want it to be this close again, what are we willing to give or what are we willing to sacrifice? And like I said, that was my sole purpose of voting, because my whole look at it, I knew Trump wasn't going to come back in due to the
Mhm.
fact that what he was representing for America, he was not listening to nobody. He was hard headed. He was not the people who are in charge to help him lead the country. He didn't want to listen. The people who are here to instruct him, because he's not a career politician, he didn't want to listen. So it's just like a child. You know, you only
Mhm.
can put up with him for so long to the point where you just gonna have to go ahead and turn them over to the state, because nothing you can do with them. They don't listen. They don't want to obey. They don't want to just agree, just come to a collective that either they need help or they need guidance. They don't want nothing. So you can't deal with a child like that. And that's what he was acting. In most cases, he was running around acting like a child. So what you have to put the child on punishment. And if you do that so long, you have to actually show them better than you can tell them. Because most kids, in most cases, they don't think you will turn them over to the state.
Mhm.
And so that's what happened to him. He got turned over to the state, that they didn't want to deal with him no more, so he had to go.
Hmm.
Can I would like to say something because the end of the day is, and let's could we be honest here? Biden and Harris really had no platform they ran off of.
No,
It
they
was so
didn't.
much. Excuse me.
Go ahead. I was just saying, no, they didn't. They didn't have nothing. All they were just
Right.
running off the platform of they didn't like him.
Yes.
You know.
And that's a good thing and a bad thing because now they don't have to be accountable for nothing because they didn't put nothing out there that they was going to be accountable for. I did hear him say something about the coronavirus, but and make American strong back again. But us as an individuals, black males and females, we know they have no agendas for black people. We know that. And this is our time where I've been doing for months that talking to my elected officials. I talked to him last week in economics, education, respiration, everything we need on our state level. And this is some serious stuff because now we know there's a lot of gays and trans in those seats. And we know their agendas always be passed and they always look by black males. Let's
Yeah.
keep it honest here. So now we have to come up with a team to hold them accountable. That our young men and our older men would get those contracts, would get those jobs. He need to
Yeah.
start hitting on that the prison reform he did in 1994. He need to start tapping on that. Okay, but you say you were sorry and everything. Now let's revamp that because we're gonna keep it honest. A lot of boys who went in there didn't come out alive. They killed themselves. They don't go home to their mother. You can't get to say I'm sorry because I put your baby in jail. He's dead now. He's 6 feet under. So my thing is everybody getting all caught up in the hype. Oh, the first black female, she's not black. Oh, he gonna do this, he's not gonna do nothing. So we have to hold them accountable. Everybody need to get a team where they stay at, hold their elected officials accountable, and put the fire on their butt.
Yeah, and I agree, because at the end of the day, Kamala, just like we know, she's not black.
Mm-hmm.
She already said that she's not going to do anything for the black people in general. She made the whole I'm not doing nothing for y'all. So
Mm-hmm.
we already know this. So the point of it is, like I tell people, it's as a collective, you can say let's get together and do this. No, you start with yourself first. If you start an organization or you start something to promote a change in this agenda, people will follow. You have people that don't have the time, but they might have money, they might
Mhm.
have resources that can help you further along your organization. And that's the thing. Like I told guys, we were all talking about getting together, starting up an organization, doing stuff. I said we're gonna do this for the next 5 to 10 years, like everybody said. Now, if you have that one person that's already started something and is doing something, we can latch ourselves to them. We're not coming in there to try to change the organization. We're
Mhm.
not going to tell them how to run their organization. What we're going to do is put our money behind them, even whether it be a dollar,
Mhm.
$5. Bernie Sanders ran into his presidency, tried to become president off
Yep.
of the poor man's PAC. He had people giving $5 donations
Mhm.
in his first term of trying to run for the presidency, and he gained leverage. Same thing as the lady in Georgia. What was her name? I just Stacey Abrams. Same thing with her. She went to the rural areas, all those people she talked to, but at the end of the day, like I told people, the way Trump scheduled it, it was always true. Those diehard Republican white people, they're going to vote Republican just like the diehard black people vote Democrat just because they told to vote Democrat. So, but in Georgia, there's more Republicans in these rural areas that can vote more than it is Democrats. So that's why we
Mhm.
always a certain color. When we flip this time, well, it's because a lot of people didn't see Trump to change certain things. And even I think the books are cooked too. But the point of it is, if it was or not, we still have to move on because once again, it's not benefiting us who becomes the president. It's benefiting us what we do when they become the president. What are we gonna hold them accountable for? Like
Yeah.
that BMI, that's one of the biggest things we need to get pushed. That black identity extremists, because they had a man that was locked up in Texas, stayed in jail for 6 months,
Mhm.
then it was accused of no crimes but teaching and showing the community how to defend itself. Retired military vet showed the community how to, do hand-to-hand combat, showed them how to prepare themselves for guns. He was giving items to the community. He started just like the Black Panthers. And the whole thing of it was the way the Black Panthers grew back in the day, they wanted to shut him down from the get-go. When they shut him down, his whole organization slowed down because he was the forefront.
Yeah. I
And
was.
that's how you got to train people too. See, when something like that happen, always train other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the one thing, how y'all doing? Thanks for like to the panel and brother Rashid again. Always a pleasure. I would say this that also us as black people, we gotta look into it, and we gotta talk about domestic terrorists. I think that's usually when you become president. They get a list, and one of the things on the list they talk about terrorists, but they always talk about international terrorists, but they never want to deal with domestic terrorists. And I
Mhm.
feel that is very important of these times that us as black people, we have to advocate for domestic terrorists and stuff. I feel that is very important.
A lot of stuff dealing with those domestic terrorists. I was listening to Coldbreaker. He basically explained every one of these little small factions and groups, the government has people planted in each group. They know, like these Proud Boys, even with the guy that whole situation where he was trying to take out Biden and little young guy. But the point of it wasn't that somebody told on him. They had people that was in that faction that pretty much if he did the certain things or got too close, they knew how to drop the hammer and he was caught up just like he got caught. You know, a lot of things are, they have small groups that, move in silence that kind of get up under the radar. But for the organizations that get pretty big, guarantee the government knows about them. You know, just like you were saying, pretty much Your cell phone tracks everything. That's why it's so president that everybody has a cell phone. And going into the future, that's why they're trying to get this whole thing with cryptocurrency right. Because no, it's going to be a cashless society. We've already tried to convert over to the cards, and they still you got 20,000 cards. But if everything goes on a cell phone, it limits everything. Even with someone steal your phone, try to use money and stuff off your phone or whatever, so be it. It all can be reversed just like your credit card. So it's getting there.
Yeah. But I said that us as a people, we have to unite. We have to unite. I think I was saying this early when I did the on my channel the sports and politics. You was on there, Rashi, earlier, and the most I think people I feel like people they partying that that Trump ain't gonna be president in another month and a half, and this is the time that we gotta strategize. This is the time that we gotta move mobile as one, especially us as black men. I think this time we gotta put our ego aside and we gotta advocate for each other. We gotta understand that we gotta trust each other. We gotta work among each other.
Yeah,
Cause,
because now go ahead.
yeah, because if we don't, man, we just hurting ourselves. And it's a bigger picture we're doing. And so, yeah, you can go ahead.
Yeah, because trust is the biggest issue. Like I said, that Tariq Nasheed and Tone Talks, they was running that ADOS, and it was a big push. Even when BGS said the same thing, when what's the guy that just passed? George Floyd. When George Floyd passed, that was the biggest push they could have actually made the whole ADOS move forward. Reparations would have came about
I'm
and
sorry,
all
my
that.
bad.
No,
That's
you
fine.
good. Yeah. I mean, it could have came about in everything, but the whole point of it was they had this whole argument and broke up the whole thing because originally Tone is saying that this is his project, this is his baby with ADOS.
Oh
But
wow.
Dr. Claude Anderson, he been pushing this before, but the whole thing of it was he didn't come up with the concept of having a name because
Right.
when Tone came up with ADOS, that's the same as calling yourself a Jamaican, calling yourself from the Caribbean, calling your even self from a country in Africa. You're not calling yourself I'm African. You calling yourself I'm Nigerian. I'm from Rwanda. Calling out tribes. That's the whole thing with the ADOS movement of calling out a tribe. And that's what we were kind of significant putting ourselves to the status. So when we
Hmm.
come to them, we will be a tribe instead of black Americans. Because if you say black Americans, anybody that comes to America that's black is considered a black American, no matter what part of the world they come from. But when you start saying ADOS, that put a specific stamp on who those people are.
hmm And there is a certain line of our ancestry that comes with that, the blood, sweat, and tears too.
But you know what, too, guys? And I'm be honest. See, a lot of people don't want to address a lot of things, and they want to justify a lot of things. Like they all caught up in hype now that Harrison been got in this office. People need to hold them accountable. They really need to hold them accountable. For one thing, they're not doing nothing for blacks. We've seen that. They already showed their colors. So what make you think they're gonna do something beneficial for the community? They're not. So what people really have to do is hold them accountable.
Yeah.
They had no platform. make sure that they don't open up these cities more so the sanctuary people will come in here and just take what they want to take. Because the end of the day is the Latinos getting theirs, the Mexicans getting theirs, the Indians getting theirs, the Jamaicans, the Haitians, and the AOs people's getting nothing. I mean, look at our educational system. Look at the police brutality. Look at the property.
Yeah.
I mean, just different stuff that need to be addressed. That I'm not getting caught up in the hype. I have a team. We're gonna keep on doing what we doing. I've been going to my elected official before Ice Cube, and I thought the platinum plan and lift your every voice plan was a joke anyway. So we came up with our own proposal. We met with him last week. We meeting with him in 2 more weeks, and meeting with Governor Cuomo. That's my thing is because the end of the day is y'all did our brothers dirty. I mean, did our brothers dirty when it come to police brutality, when it come to education, when it come to jobs, when it come to contracts. So all this right here, it had to be fixed. It's not going. Rome was not built in a day, but it's about position yourself in power. We have to train individuals into politics. How it goes. Start off with the basic. Start going to your city council meeting on Zooms. See how they operate.
Yeah, because I know a guy that I wrestled with in high school. He actually ran for superintendent for DeKalb County, I believe, in Georgia. And there's other people that I know that's elected officials in DeKalb where I'm at that actually pursuing things to help the educational system.
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I support him 100. Anything he need, even if it's a $5 donation, $10, $20, whatever I can spare at that moment, I can give to him to help him with his cause. I'm for that because
Yes.
like I say, in certain cases, for one, I have kids in this system, so of course I have to support it even more. And even if I didn't have kids in the system, I would still support because you got to understand the next generation is coming
Yes.
and we have to prepare ourselves for that generation. That's why I speak on a lot of times with life insurance, telling people to get life insurance. Not only you're getting money to bury yourself, you're passing down generational wealth to the next generation. You know, you hopefully give them the tools to understand when they get this money how to prepare themselves to live, not to go and get a car, go get a
Yes.
house, something of
Yes.
value was like collateral to where, you have to sell that house. The value is not depreciated because you chose a good neighborhood versus, just choosing somewhere just because it looks nice and over time it appreciated value you know, getting because, like I said, we don't have these issues being talked amongst our families. Like I tell people,
Mm-hmm.
the elders died with all the information because the younger generation were too busy partying, having fun, and like I said, I was fought for that. My
Mm-hmm.
great grandmother, I loved her. I talked to her all the time, but in certain cases, I like to go have fun and party. And by the time she passed, that was to the point where I was actually understanding everything I could have been learning, everything I could have been grasping, the concept of how our generation was prior to me being born, prior to my grandmother being born. That was lost. I actually went on YouTube, just looking up certain things. There was a lady on there, she did Ancestry. She pulled up my history all the way back to the 1800s for my family.
Mm.
And she
That's
started that
awesome.
lineage right there with me because she's doing that for her family to show that in most cases she's leaving this legacy for her kids. And even when
Amen.
she have people come on her channel, she helps them start off that with ancestry. I told her I didn't know ancestry did that in most cases, went back because she even pulled up the census of my grandma when she was 2 years old and my uncle was four, and they lived on the farm with my great great granddaddy.
And you said this is on a YouTube channel?
Yeah, there's a lady on YouTube. I actually got to pull up her name, and she pulled up the records like, and she I looked at the records. She showed the video of how the records was of my great grandmother. Everybody stayed in the house, and one of my uncles, like I never knew his first name, and I still can't remember. I think it was like McCrory or something like that. Something, and when I actually talked to his daughter, and she was like, "Yeah, that's my dad name." I was like, "I never knew that was your dad. I thought it was Uncle Charles." And she was like, "No, Uncle Charles is the other person." And it
Oh.
amazes me, like a lot of stuff I didn't know that I thought I knew.
Mm.
Let me ask y'all a question. Just something simple. It's really something simple. Being with this election and everything, you know, and I know it's going to be a lot of stuff going behind or whatever. And I'm going to each ask both of y'all, where do y'all see yourself 6 months? I'm short term, 6 months from now with this election issues.
Six.
Will y'all be dressing?
You can go first, Brother Rashid.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say something. I'm gonna jump off because
Okay.
I've been on too long. I should have been in bed. I gotta get up early. But basically, nothing's gonna change for me. You know, I'm still gonna actually work. Because like I said, I do transportation with logistics. My job, pretty much, I know if my job shuts down, that's gonna be an issue. I transport. I can do food. We have supplies, so I'm always in demand of actually moving around.
Excuse
So
me, you a truck driver?
box truck, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't got the CDLs like for the Class A, but
Mhm.
I do box truck, and I encourage a lot of people and everything to get into that because that's one of the professions, with minimum training, and you can actually get in there, make decent pay. Up north where you at, the pay is a little more higher because it's the cost of living up there.
My daughter,
Down
she
here,
drives trucks. She
yeah.
23. Yeah, she been
Yeah,
driving since she was 20.
yeah, so the pay is good. And like I
Hmm.
tell people, I try to get a lot of young guys down here into that, but they're into this whole rapping and all kind of other stuff. And like I tell them, I don't mind you rapping or trying to play ball or whatever, but if this doesn't work, what are you gonna fall back on? Even with guys that have kids, I say, what you want to do? Flip a burger at McDonald's or hold a steering wheel? The choice is yours. I don't shame you, but the choice is yours.
So, what advice will you give to a younger gentleman that's that he feel like he don't have no hope and he have no one encourage him and direct him in the right direction? What advice will you give this young man?
The first thing I'll tell him is what do he actually want out of life? You know, if he say he wants a family and certain things, I will tell him, well, you need to start by being around men that can actually show you how to be a man. Because, like I tell people, I was raised without my father and my mother, you know, and I grew amongst my uncles. My grandma raised me. I grew just around men, coaches. I had teachers in school that were men. They got on me to certain. I had a teacher, a lady teacher. She actually told me because I had gold teeth and my hair was wild. She told me if I didn't take my gold teeth out, uh, cut my hair, she was gonna fail me. I had people that were trying to push me in a certain way, and like I told them, this is the way I'm expressing myself. But the point of it is, it doesn't take the fact that they know I'm actually a good person at heart. So I let
And
them
see,
know.
that's abuse too. That's
Yep,
abuse.
yeah, it is. But my thing was I moved around that, because that teacher, I actually put her in her place, not trying to, come off like that, but I actually let her know that you can't control me. I told her if my parents can't control me, what make you think you have, precedence over me, that you're actually a authority over me? And she kind of, stepped down a little bit because she seen that, I was pretty much strong at what I was telling her. I had people that were molding me and encouraging me to be better. I hung around men, it's like-minded people.
Mhm.
They got to the point, like my cousin, I raised this guy from a little kid, showed him everything, taught him how to do certain things,
Mm.
but it was just the street life was so, and just memorized him to the point where he actually got out there, did what he did, got in trouble, and now he has a whole new look on life. But it's too late. You've already got into the system. So it's
Mhm.
up to you to kind of, maneuver around the system in order to be better.
Okay.
Yep. But I'm gonna go ahead and jump off. I'll be in the back, probably listening for a little bit before I lay it down.
Okay. All right. Get some sleep. Underrated.
Uh-huh.
So what you plan on doing with this new election? Making some moves, making your voice be heard.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I gotta go on trying to maybe find a way to create more um platforms. It don't have to be social media, it could be outside and just keep on being in the conversation. Keep on pressing and just bring up and talk about conversations that prevalent in the past that even is happening right now. Because go along what Brother Rashid was talking about, you know, I was around men, few men in my lifetime. There are some had
Mhm.
passed away when I was very young. But I was very young. So
Mhm.
I lost my late
Well,
mother's father. I lost him when I was 6. Then my late father's father, I lost when I was 8. And these are two prominent men. Different I can say different backgrounds, but you know, one from the South and one from Brooklyn, New York. But they left a profound effect on me being a man, you know, and I think what we have to do what I have to do is just understand that we got to keep on pushing and understand that we under the 8 ball as always, and we got to make sure that especially us as black men, we got to make sure that we stand firm. It's very important that we stand firm. Our numbers have to grow. We have to participate in whatever um platforms and dang business that we create, or talk among each other. I encourage brothers like have emails. If you change each other email, check on the brother. Because each of us as brothers, we are multi-talented. There's no doubt about it, and even the black woman too. But we are multi-talented, and we got to take advantage. And also, we got to trust each other, like Brother Rashid. That we have to, because it's going to be uphill climb. Kamala Harris, she already made her stance. Fill up Joe Biden, he made his stance. They said it was 80% of black men have voted for Kamala Harris, and and Philip Joe. I don't believe that, but I take it as it is. But for me as a black man, it's just this is what it's working, and it's just gonna add on another chapter in my life. Yeah, I got to keep on fighting. I got to be in the conversation. I gotta Keep on being committed. Be more committed more ever. And understand that there is important as there's an urgency. I think that's the word I'm looking for, urgency. Because what the Democrat Party has done, they think we gonna be there, but we gave the votes, but they not gonna talk about our agenda. So we gotta create our own. We gotta take our own and hold them accountable, especially us as people. That's about it.
I just want to say something really because when you look at this election, it really saddens me too because we happy to get in, but yet we don't even know what they're doing when they get in. Nobody have a plan. Nobody have an agenda. Some of us do, but majority of them don't. So again, like I said, um, people need to start holding people accountable for who they vote for. Make sure they're transparent. Make sure you go to the meetings on Zoom, see what they vote for. Start looking at their executive moves. You just different things that you really have to keep on top of these people because they're so sneaky and subtle.
Yeah.
And then when you concern the black males, that criminal justice system really need to be a trust. Really need to be looked at again. The bill, the reform bill,
Yeah.
the reform. I think that's one of the top ones on his list. Need to be looked at.
Uh-huh.
Because both of them have a history of putting black males behind bars.
Uh-huh.
So we can't look at it, oh, that's her job, that's what she do. So what my thing is, okay, where we go from here? Or we
Uh-huh.
plan on getting more people in jobs or prison? Or we plan on getting them out? Or we plan on working together? Or who we sitting at the table with?
Yeah.
So that's just my thing is, you know,
Yeah.
whatever you have to do, just bring it up. Whatever you have to do, just bring it to the table and to your elected officials and start off where you live at.
Okay. Oh yeah. Go Professor. Celia, you time on Go Professor out by mistake.
Excuse me.
You timed on Go
I
Professor out by.
know. I didn't time them out. It's just my thing. I was messing with my
Oh.
thing. So how do I untie them out?
Let's see. It says 300 seconds. So what's 300 seconds?
How
I
do I?
keep.
Can you untie them? Could somebody else untie them?
No, because it's got to be 300 seconds.
I'm like, that's why I was like, I said, how I tie them
Yeah,
out?
yeah. It's sometimes the phone. Don't worry about it. I just let
I
Go
hate the
Professor know it's
phone.
a mistake. It's a
Do you
mistake.
got to? Did I give you a wrench? Because I was trying to give him a wrench, and he things like,
No,
no.
you got to give him a wrench.
Can he come on the piano?
If he hears you, he can sit on the link.
Well, the link is.
It's the link. Go Professor. If you hear me, she wants you to come on the link. Can we get on the panel? Also, we got Rainy Woman. She's in the house. Uh, okay, that'll do.
DJ Moss now. But yeah, this is something really we really need to think about. Don't take lightly. I
Yeah,
sent the link.
we'll just leave it there. Yeah, we should never take anything to link and stuff. Okay, let me ask you a question.
Hmm.
As a black woman, have you see things going on lately? What's your feeling about this what's coming up?
What's my feelings? I got to put my feelings aside.
No, not your feel. Well, let me tell you.
No,
Let
I
me
know what
not.
you're saying that what's coming up. My thing is straight up. My is more like the black issues. That's
Yeah,
what I'm addressing.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Right.
Yeah, black issues concerning the females and the males. Um, we're going to definitely. I want to know about that prison reform, um, police brutality. Um, is it planning on funding the police department? Um, with the local contractors or some of our males getting no jobs? Um, with so many businesses around here, some of our female with the degrees getting jobs in their hometown.
Mm.
Just hold them accountable. That's all. And I want to know what's the budget and what it's spread out for. So
Okay.
that's my thing is, yeah. Because I need to see more black males with contracts from the city and the state and the federal. Not Latinos, not Mexicans.
Okay. Okay. So
Businessmen.
that
Also
be
black banks also. We working on that black banks.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's we working on black banks too.
That's what's up.
It's
Yeah.
not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Cool. No, anything's not easy. Yeah. I think. Yeah, it's always gonna be an uphill climb for our people. You know what I'm saying? It's never gonna change. So, but we have to start. But I get what you're saying that we got to start from somewhere. You know what I mean?
It been changing. Y'all just don't see it because y'all don't see in the area. It been changing little by little, but we could have a bigger impact if they had more people hit this center, this state. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and then we could come together once a month and just say, okay, what we doing here in New York? What y'all doing in Virginia? Or what y'all doing in North Carolina? Yeah, that'd be powerful. Because at the end of the day, if they're making money off of black on black crimes, police brutality, poverty, low education for the kids, poor housing. I mean, this don't affect nobody with what? The inner city.
That's true.
And the people in the districts need to start with
Mm.
the inner city.
Yeah.
And see, a lot of people don't want to address that because it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be a favor when they put those things up to the table. But like one told me last week that they're going to come up with a team to help us. They have grants and stuff to help them. The only thing with me, I don't like their grants because their grants you can only do but so much when you get money for the state and federal.
Mm-hmm.
See, if one hand wash the other, I already know that. But the meanwhile, we really need to come up with a plan. We know both of them not for males because we know they pass.
Mm-hmm.
So don't get so caught up that it changed. Always remember what they did. A leopard never changes colors. My grandmother always told me that. So my thing is when you come to know this stuff, come educated, come that you know your stuff, You come here for one reason and one reason only.
Yeah, yeah, and I also go more on your point that we gotta do more things locally. I think
Mhm.
that's very important. I think we should concentrate more
Mhm.
locally, and then I think and then just build from there because I think that big can make a big make an impact,
Mhm.
and at the same time and just keep on and build from there. And I think that you strengthen the political part and also political part and also the family too. And then at the same time the ones that know who hold the city, state offices, they don't have no choice.
Mhm.
And so I think that has to come from local stuff like
And
that.
it's easy. See, a lot of people be talking. Only thing you do, just meet with them. Write your proposal. A lot of guys here on YouTube, very educated, could write their proposal, or whatever. You see, now we got to go with Ben and lift every voice plan. That's a joke. Write your own. Present it to your Congress, your assemblyman. Have a meeting with him, you and a couple of people, whatever, and do it like that. Well, we've been doing our hours for 5 months now, and it's successful. Now they got to
Hmm.
know the tweaks and stuff like that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that's
Hmm.
very important. I think at the same time also, especially the black man, we gotta have our own curriculum too. Each state and even throughout the country too. Think we should have like we should have conference calls. Talk about what
That's
we're
what
gonna
that's what
do.
we be doing.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Hmm. Go
And
ahead.
let me tell y'all, yeah, I be in those conference calls too. What Sheila's talking about. Despite I live in a different place, but they are doing things and stuff. They are talking about our issues and stuff. Brother. They said that that black women cannot work together. No, it's not true. No, it does work and everything. Now, I know what we see in the past, yeah, yeah, but I do see it. And she could tell you I even participate in it too. So it does work and everything. We just again that plus black man, we got we got we got to be there. We have to be there for each other. I think it's very important. We got to be there. We
And
have
through
to
that
be.
talk, and it's so funny, through that talk, we got two guys great building two banks, black banks.
Mm,
So yeah, cause we be have our own different meetings too. Two guys great do build of two banks. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff could be, if we get together, whatever. I just wanted them to see the there are black males out there educated, and that's why I had to bring y'all to the table, let y'all know. And he was like, okay, because one thing they don't know, that once they didn't know, once we get our black brothers together, it's a wrap.
hmm
And they're serious and on point, professional and everything. Ain't come there to play, praise them, nothing. They come to do one thing, business. Let's get this over with. Where we go from here, let's start it.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah. So when them two in office, people just got to hold them accountable. Stop being in la la land, you know?
Hmm.
Because once people get in those seats, they act funny. I know that. I did so many campaigns over the last, 10 years. Those people get in those seats and they act like they don't even know you.
Mm,
Those the ones who really don't know you, that you help them with their campaign, they'll walk right by you like they don't know you.
mm.
I had
That's
seen it. I seen them do that to plenty of people.
that's sad too.
Yeah. So my thing is, I just want everybody just don't go in blind minded, and whatever issues you have, please talk it over to your mayor, your council. Um, just let your voice be heard. That's all. You know.
Yeah, that's just
I think this is gonna be a turning point. That people fed up. That a lot of people gonna start dressing a lot of stuff. Uh,
yeah. I think
yeah.
so too. I think they woke up a lot of people.
Hmm.
And now, in less than within a month and a half from now, Democrats gonna take it's gonna take the office and stuff.
Hmm.
It's gonna be a rude awakening. I really believe
Hmm.
that. I think people is going like, nah, they gonna brand their curriculum, so and other people are gonna say, nah,
Hmm.
no, 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 we don't care what you want. This is what we
Hmm.
want right now. So I would say like this: the righteousness people is gonna step up.
Hmm.
That's what I feel. They're
Hmm.
gonna step up. They're gonna say, nah, you don't want to get okay.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna fall,
Yeah.
and then so the people gonna have to make a choice.
Yeah.
So they got their
Yeah.
fun right now, or they're paying people off to get your bill,
Hmm.
get your bill crossed and everything. Nah, mm-mm. It's gonna be bigger than that. People fed up.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
That's
family.
what that's what it's all about. Stop being scared. Just do things.
Hmm.
That's what they're looking for, radical people. And what they try to do is try to take your ideas and steal it. But I put mine on a piece of paper. Ain't nobody stealing my ideas. So that's why I said they're gonna be good. We'll see what Joe do.
All I can say, Joe, do the right thing. And I'm
Hmm.
telling you, the righteous people is going to stand up. And I'm just saying,
Hmm.
when that happens, all other people is
We'll see.
not acting according to righteousness. Y'all got to answer to that.
Huh?
I said the ones that is not willing to answer
Yeah.
to righteousness, y'all gonna answer to that. Y'all gonna answer to that. So they waking up. People that people that is not common sense. That people feel, oh, you're not about family. Nah, you're not. You what you talking about? Nah. Mm-mm.
Hmm.
People want to get things in the world by choice. Nah, got to answer to that.
Yeah.
Got to answer to that one way or the other. So people gonna
Yeah.
stand up. I believe that. I believe the people next year people gonna stand up. They don't like You no, we're not. We're not gonna. We no. Oh no, we don't have to follow that. And then after that, they gonna no, we're not gonna have that. What about our family? What about jobs? What about entrepreneur? Why that person had to come be in this certain place to get what they want? When we here all this time to get what I want. I'm telling you. So hmm, the righteousness is going to fall. The righteousness is going to stand up. Don't know when, but they're going to stand up. And the ones that had this alternative lifestyle, they're going to answer to that. Y'all think you're getting old right now. Ha ha ha. Hee hee hee. Okay. But I could say this that when you go against God,
It went off.
huh?
It went off.
What are you talking about?
'Cause I had clicked off.
Oh, I'm saying, oh, you can hear me now?
Okay, somebody on the thing.
Oh, so I'm saying,
Oh, that was us.
if you not do God, if you not do things in accordance of God, One way
Hey,
or the other.
ism.
What's up?
That's ism.
What you
Yeah.
talking? You know.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So
So.
yeah, that's that. You know what? That's what it's all about. Then just do we have to do? Y'all had to do what y'all had to do with the child support. Just holding the elected officials accountable and don't get so caught up in the they want or whatever. What is y'all agenda? What are y'all planning on doing? What y'all gonna bring to the table? What laws y'all gonna hit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Try to hit him to hit that 1994 law. Let him work on that because he said he's sorry, but yet he ain't touch it.
Mhm.
Come on, y'all stop pacifying people. He said he's sorry, but how many kids have died in there that they can't go back home to the mother?
Mhm. That's the point. Yeah.
Yeah. So different issues we had to address.
Yeah, we got
And y'all gotta start running for seats and stuff.
Mhm.
Start running for the board education seats, mayors, city council. Yeah, start sitting on those seats. You want to be up there. You want to be up there with the big dogs. See what they're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
See what they're talking about. The city, what they're trying to build in the city where you grew up at. These are moves. You gotta know the next moves.
Oh.
So when they come with public, the public could have say so. Then you could put your say so in it.
That's
Because a
very
lot of
important.
people, because a lot of people can't put this say so in it because they don't know nothing. And you don't have to go to the city council meeting now because they're doing it on Zoom. Everything you want to know about your city, the budget, and everything is on Zoom. Go date by date. Just sit there. If you ain't doing nothing, look at all your elected official county meetings, the city meetings, the governor meeting, all of them on Zoom.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we gotta unite. That's what I'm saying. Like, told brothers like all the time, man. Like, yo, you don't have that person email, get that person email. Chat. You know, get on some panels. You know what I'm saying? Let's
But it's
talk.
not, I mean, if not, it ain't even that. It's like you could get your elected official email online. You
No,
could
no,
call
no,
them.
no. I ain't talking about that. No, I get
Mm-hmm,
what you're saying. Yeah, you.
mm-hmm,
I'm talking about that part. Yeah,
mm-hmm,
that part you actually right. But I'm talking about
mm-hmm,
even before then. Get an email, then you never know that brother. Like you said, that brother probably knows somebody in the
mm-hmm.
political, and then we can exchange numbers, and then we can set up our own meeting.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And yo,
Mm-hmm,
yo, us as black, yo, this is what we want. You don't get what we want. We
mm-hmm.
voting you out. So we hold on to this. So we go on in office, you win. We come first. Just remember, if you slip, you out. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Yeah, that part too. Yeah, but us as black men, we got to develop relationship among each other first. I think that's very important too.
But you know what? See, I made a hard statement with Trump. Now y'all need to make a hard statement with Ben and let him know y'all ain't playing. We holding you accountable. We're gonna have fire under your butt.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what y'all need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because for one thing, he ran off of nothing.
Sure didn't.
He ran off of nothing. What Corona 19? She ran off of nothing because they was so busy about Trump. They really had no platform. So my thing is, y'all write y'all little proposal. Y'all go to y'all county meetings. Y'all go to city council, and y'all write up your own proposal and push it.
Yep.
Since they're not gonna do nothing for us, we doing it for our own self. They've been doing it for years. They made all those inner city with those Mexicans come here. They don't have to drive. They don't have to have a driver's license or nothing. They can hit your car and keep on going. But yet, the coronavirus, they had the police outside the inner cities messing with the black young guys. And like I told them, take your tour on the south side where immigrants at, where I call ICE.
Mm.
Come on now, this had to stop because we really had to surround our own community. When we gonna start doing our own community?
Yeah.
Policing our own community. Majority of them can't police their own community because their hands is dirty their own self.
Yep.
Then you got kids having kids. The mother, the grandmother, and the child hang out at the clubs. All getting banged by one man. Then the father, he done left them, went to another woman. Made 4 sets. I mean, when we gonna stop this cycle and just come on, like get to the grip, like come on. What can I do to better myself and my family? Don't you want generation wealth when you die? You could give your kids some land, a house, some money. Or we don't think about stuff like that.
I think so. No. I feel some think about stuff that's not enough. You know, I think something like that.
We just think about sex and getting high, drinking Henny and smoking weed. And then start all over again.
Yeah. But I think there's like I said, I feel that people is see for what it is. I feel that some of us is changing for the better, and I'm saying that hopefully, I mean that they're gonna get a rude awakening. I really believe that. I think people is gonna like. I do believe some people gonna be like, nah, and even and then we cannot leave out the mainstream media too because they part of it too. So they got to answer a lot of questions too, and so they not working the accordance that they should. So,
But we shouldn't worry about media. See, one thing about you, when you're doing work or whatever, they'll follow you. They'll come run after you. Just do what you have to do. Don't worry about no media, nothing. What you do, like the Bible say, your gift will make room for you. Do what you got to do. Don't even worry about nobody else. They'll come running after you. They'll want to come and get your story.
I'm not saying that I'm worried about you. No.
No,
Let me,
I'm
let me-
just saying in a positive way.
oh yeah,
Because at the end of the
definitely.
day,
Yeah.
it's so much positive stuff going on in the news concerning black people. They never put that out there. They always put the negative out there.
Yeah.
So what
And
makes you think they're going to change them, put the positive out there?
yeah.
I
So
keep on
that's
telling y'all, they do not like us.
yeah.
They
That's
don't like us.
so
Mhm.
that's what I'm saying. That those are the ones that's going to pay for it too. You watch and see. It's going to be a ripple effect. The ones that's not following righteousness, it's going to be a ripple effect. Watch. You follow. Oh, what happened? Then you want to run back. Oh, what we run? Where you going? Why are we running back to us for? You made a decision, right? So you can have it. So and so when you have other people still violating us, and I mean, people is going to be like, nah, that's enough. Is enough. So
Mhm.
I think that
Well,
we
that's
got
all I
to.
wanted to talk about. I just want to say, you know what, the end of the day is, even though he lost, everybody better just hold their elected officials accountable. And I have a plan, so I hope other people have a plan too.
Hmm.
And just go forth with it, you know? Because you look at it, no president really have affect our everyday life.
No.
If you want to get technical about it, you know?
Yeah.
So Just don't be got so hyped up and being naive that just sit up there and let the other people get their piece of the pie and blacks is, I think this the time that blacks really had to stand up and be territory. I mean, our black males got the worst of the stick. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, just
That's
gotta keep on building. Yeah.
Hi, Purple Diva. Okay, I got echo.
Mm.
Go on mute. Can you go on mute? Can you hear me now? Okay. No, I was just
No, you told me to go hit mute, right?
yeah, I was asking you to go on mute because I got a echo. Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yes.
Is it echo?
No, you good.
Okay. It is echo.
Hey,
But
Purple Diva, how you doing?
better now?
Yeah, it looks sound better.
Okay, because I took the
Okay.
no, what I was saying that it's just hold them accountable. Do what you got to do and just
So chill. Tell them about the meetings that we be on and everything. Oh, she saw.
I'm having an echo problem.
Oh, hold on. Let me mute myself.
Can you hear me now? Hello? Okay.
Hello.
Okay, you can hear me. Okay, when you unmute yourself, then I don't hear echo.
Okay. Cool. All right, I'm gonna leave it off then. Leave it on. Okay. So tell them about the meetings.
Okay.
That sometimes I be on.
The meetings I have. You got to do. Mute up. Underrated, you muted? Okay, guys,
Yes, I'm mute up again.
the meeting I had. Okay, come when you got to mute up, because you don't mute up, then okay. The about 6 months ago I had one day meeting with my Congress concerning the restoration bill. So it started with me and my uncle, and we wanted to talk about like the education. We wanted to talk about economics. We wanted to talk about the police brutality. We wanted to talk about the contracts and everything. So what we did, we had met with Sean Maloney office, Ernest, and he read our proposal and he told us to come back so we could brainstorm. So the meanwhile, while I was waiting for him, me, my uncle, and Underrated had came up with another proposal. And this proposal We was given to my the next Congress. So we sat at the table with him 3 times. He gonna come up with a team and see what they could do to put it on the table. And this proposal talks about how ancestors came to America, how they didn't get a chance to vote, how we try to build Roseboro, the Black Wall Street, how they zone us for we couldn't get houses in different places, police brutality, urban renewal, how a lot of banks would give us loans. We touched on a lot of stuff. We touched on. And the end of the day is that all they have done to us and all they had done to our ancestors, they really can't put a price on it, what they have done to us. Because they have stripped us from our history. They stripped us from where we was born and raised at. So we know nothing where we came from. We know none of our language. To say this, that America owes us a debt. They pay everybody the debt except Black people, ADOS Black people. They pay Jamaica theirs, they pay Haiti theirs, they pay Japanese theirs, Arab theirs, Latino theirs, Mexican theirs. Everybody except ADOS Black people. So now what we did, we came to the table with my Congress, we put a proposal together, and as we speaking, they're looking over it, and we trying to come to a bill that will fit our needs. We're not looking for no handout. We want to know, what can we do to help our people, economic, educational, business-wise, socialism, health, and it's a lot. So this we've been doing the last 6 months, coming up, brainstorming, talking to elected officials and stuff. So now we're going to have a board from Washington for Sean Maloney office to help us come up with the funds to get this started. And this is only for ADOS people. And look, the Mexican had theirs, the Latino had theirs, the Haitian had theirs, the African had theirs, the Jews had theirs. Now it's time for the Blacks to have theirs. Because we tired of them saying minorities, diversity, because those are tricks names. Every time they had those tricks names, that's when they come in and they take our portions. So now we looking for something for ourselves. So we starting off with the state of New York, and we would like to branch off to other people, because we know state of New York was one of the racist states besides South Carolina. As I talk now, we fighting against a school, a courthouse where they had built our ancestors' grave on top of it. And a couple of years ago, we started digging up the bones. It's still in the walls. Different gas stations, pipes right through our ancestor bones, holding babies and stuff like that they don't want to address. And see, their graveyards could look raggedy and stuff, and they're still on their graveyards. But our ancestor graveyards got gas stations, schools, courts, dumpsters on it. They don't care. So if they don't care, because they think we don't care, when is we going to start stepping up to the plate, caring about little stuff like this? I mean, it really don't make no sense. It don't. I mean, we help everybody. We kind to everybody. We treat everybody like they treat us. Oh, they come in our cities. Oh, and they come there to take over. They've been coming here to take over, and we say nothing. These people get in the office. We don't hold them accountable. I mean, come on. Some laws and policies need to be changed in the favor of Black people. So that's my thing is, okay, they won. Okay, now where we go from here? Because I'm not doing business as usual. No. So anybody else have anything to say?
No, I'm just saying. No, it's good. Yeah. Well, I'm saying you're right. It's just time. It's time to take care of our own. It's time to advocate for us. No more sharing.
Yeah.
No more sharing. Every time we share, you know what happened? Every time we share, we end up getting nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing at all. So it's time to no. Time to get what we want.
Yeah. That's all I just want to say. That you know what, at the end of the day is just come together and keep your eyes open.
Yeah.
Stop being so vulnerable.
Yep. And fight. Advocate. Fight.
Yes.
Gotta fight. Keep on fighting, y'all. Keep on fighting. I encourage y'all. Just keep on.
Have to.
You're fighting. Yeah. Wherever you got, keep on fighting.
And my sisters, this is the time for you to make your building, start doing your business and stuff. Yeah. So that's the only thing I want to say.
Okay.
And I appreciate by stop by.
And I thank you to have me on.
It is a pleasure. The CCV, Purple Devil. And Gold Professor.
Yes, Gold Professor. Reigning Woman.
And Reigning
Okay.
All right, it's time to get off. Love you guys and have a blessed day.
Thank you, Sheila.
Keep your head up. Yes.
Oh.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.